Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So I wanted to share a quick strategy on how to farm Dia. Dia is probably one of the easiest Descendants to farm. So that is the first good news. The second good news is you don't need too many of the frozen gas crystals. You can farm two different maps to get Dia with the same chance of getting the blueprints. The new dungeon, the underwater base, is not difficult. Another good news. It's easier than the Forbidden Sanctuary. So if you have a Frena, for example, the enemies are weak to toxic, you will have an easy time. On my very first attempt, without even fully understanding the layout of the map, I cleared it in 4 minutes 30, and I died once as well. So that is a much easier dungeon than the Forbidden Sanctuary. You also need 125 pieces. Compare that to Eugene, where we need 250. You also have the login event giving you some of these pieces extra. You also have a chance of getting a bigger drop of these items. So yeah, all around, they have made the grind much easier. So what I would do is, if you're going for the underwater base, let's say if you have a Frena or someone fully built out, target one of these items. And when you don't get the item, you make 7.7% progress on this meter. So just make sure to target one if you're going to the underwater base. Now, if you're using the Sigma sector strategy, then it's even better for the blueprint, because the enhanced cell blueprint and the code is from the broken boundary, and the stabilizer and the spiral catalyst is from the isolated desert. So target one of these two and target one of these two, and then alternate between the two maps whenever you get bored, and soon you'll get the items because they have the same drop chance. So this one here, target this one for the isolated desert, and then this one here, target the broken boundary. Just make sure not to target the same two pieces from the same map. Okay. Now, I've run the Sigma sector missions 3 times and underwater base 2 times, and I've so far managed to get 2 of these pieces. Now, there may be a bug with the frozen gas crystal, because from the Sigma sector, I got more than what it said in the patch notes. Now, in the patch notes, they said you have a chance of getting between 2 to 5 of these frozen gas crystals from Sigma sector, and a big drop of between 16 and 32, a small chance of getting a big drop, which is 16 to 32 for the Sigma sector. I ran Sigma sector 3 times. I got 5, 8, and 7 of these gas crystals. For the underwater base, they said you have a chance of getting between 6 and 12, and the small chance of getting between 40 and 80. And I got 7 on my first run and 9 on the second run. So perhaps you can run the Sigma sector if you don't have a fully leveled up Descendant. And either way, you should find a lot of people running both the dungeons. So I think Dia might be one of the easiest Descendants to get. I've only done this 5 times and I've already managed to get this. Also, don't forget, we have the login event, which started last week. And if you have been grabbing these, tomorrow you'll get 25 of these. So even if you're missing a little bit, you'll get that. And let's say you get really unlucky or you don't have time to play, and you get to day 11, then you can pick one of the items that you did not get on day 11, and then on day 12, you get another 25. Basically, if you get 1 or 2 of the big drops, you will get all the research materials. Now, you do need more research materials for the gun. By the way, I've also managed to get 2 copies of the gun. Extremely lucky, because the gun only drops from the underwater base, and I got 2 pieces in my 2 runs, like 1 each. So you can see I got the polymer synxium and the synthetic fiber. 2 runs, 2 of the drops. So yeah, so far it's pretty good. Of course, you need 5 copies. But yeah, at this rate, you won't even notice it. Once you're done with Dia and the frozen crystal, you will just be running the missions a few times regularly, and you'll eventually get all the pieces. So really good as far as the grind is concerned. I don't want to hear anyone complaining about the grind now, because if you're struggling now, then you need to figure out the correct strategy, because this is maybe even a bit too easy. But anyway, I'm really happy with this change in the farming grind, so that everyone can get hold of it. So if you are a fully endgame player, you can run the underwater base. If you are newer, you've just finished the main campaign, you can just run Sigma sector, alternate between the maps so that you don't get bored. And like I said, remember to target the pieces. 2 if you are running Sigma sector, 1 if you're running the underwater base. Make sure they're the alternate ones for the maps, and 1 each, and you'll make decent progress. So can see I've already managed to get halfway there. And yeah, one big drop, and I'll start researching, and she should be done very soon. Anyway, let me know your progress. How is it going for you in terms of the dia research? And yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time.